All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here, talking about music and doing it in real time for a few real people out there, just like you and just like me. So, we've got another instance of a rock band that has zero original members, and they've decided to put out some music and call themselves a classic rock band. And I want you to take a look at the picture of this band here and tell me what you think. Um, so this is Sweet. Remember Sweet, Ballroom Blitz, Love is Like Oxygen, Little Willie, right? Those three songs, kind of the whole Sweet thing. That's it. Like three. I mean, there may be a couple of others that I forgot about. This guy here kind of reminds me of, like a Poison character from the band Poison. Um, but this is the current lineup of Sweet, or they used to be called The Sweet. And if you look carefully here, there is the in front of Sweet. Um, but they have zero original members. And how did they get to this point? And how did they get a new song out there? It's called Little Miracle. That's a miracle in and of itself that they have new material out there. Well, um, this is another one of those situations where one guy had the name, and then another guy had his version of the band, and then the guy who had the name died, and so the other guy, I guess, gets to carry on, even though he's technically not in this lineup. So the '70s lineup was comprised of Brian Connolly on lead and backing vocals. I mean, he's the guy with that crazy, just great voice. Steve Priest, who is an important character, played bass. Also did some backing and lead vocals. Mick Tucker on drums, and Andy Scott. He's another character on guitar, keyboards, backing, and lead vocals. After the passing of Connolly, okay, so Connolly was the lead singer. He passed away in 1997. And Tucker, he's Mick Tucker, the drummer, in 2002. Priest, again, this is, try to follow me here. This is Steve Priest, the bass player, wanted Sweet to carry on and for its lineup to possess the talent, feel, and high energy that the Sweet had in its glory days. His new lineup was an instant smash, playing hundreds of concerts across the United States, Canada, South America, Europe, and many other countries until Priest passed away in 2020. All right, are you following? So Priest is no more. Shortly after that, it was decided that the Sweet should continue onward, as Stevie and Richie were part of that lineup and were asked to carry on by Steve. Are you following this? So in 2024, Sweet is now comprised of frontman Patrick Allen Stone, guitarist Jimmy Picard, keyboardist Dave Schultz, bassist Stevie Stewart, and drummer Richie Honoré. So there are no original members. And this is based on the fact that a couple of the guys were part of this super successful reunion, or I don't know, revamping that went on. And they're continuing based on that. So the new song is called Little Miracle. It says it's just the beginning of the group's ascension into a whole new demographic with many new songs yet to come. This new release with the aforementioned lineup demonstrates the same driving force and unpredictable musical quality that has always been the hallmark and essence of the Sweet and their iconic sound. So they've got live shows starting in July with this lineup that has nothing to do with the band Sweet. This version of Sweet is not to be confused with the Scott-led version of Sweet, which will release its new studio album, Full Circle. You know, this reminds me a lot of what the Guess Who are doing. Now, what's different, though, I will say this. The new song, which you can go listen to, Little Miracle, kind of sounds like Sweet. It's more sweet sounding than, sorry, than the Guess Who and their stuff, which sounds like Cheap Trick or the Beatles or whatever they're trying to do over there. But this kind of sounds like Sweet a little bit. All right. I'm just, I'm trying to be diplomatic here. So this new album will come out on September 20th, 2024. Now, this opens up an interesting conversation because what can happen with these trademarks and these brands, they're not bands now, they're pretty much just branding. They might be able to continue with the blessing of the people who are passing this on. If they can kind of sound like the original band. I've said this all along. I don't necessarily like it, but I can't think of a more nameless and faceless band than The Sweet. Again, they had 3 radio songs here in the United States, one of which was really a top 40 song. The other one was more of a rock radio, and the other one was kind of a hybrid between the two. So if you go back in time, and some of you probably don't remember Little Willie, that was like AM radio. I don't know what year, but it was a weird song. And all 3 of the songs are very distinctive and very strange. And if anything, this new song is almost like a soft rock version, I would say, of what Sweet would record. It doesn't have the bite. It doesn't have sort of the unpredictable craziness, but it's not bad. It's not horrible, but again, it's, you got to go back in time and kind of hear all of the different things that these guys would do with guitars, and this is more tame. All right, this is just a tame attempt at being the original band, and it's hard to follow. This story is not exactly the easiest story to follow. It doesn't look like they have a lot of touring dates here, but they've got a few. And so this could be a thing that keeps going. I just don't know how many people are really going to appreciate this band doing, the 3 hits and maybe a couple of songs from the new album and maybe some deep tracks from albums that you probably didn't listen to the first time around. I just don't see how there's a market here, but apparently there will be a market. And they were saying they were super successful with a revamped version of the band that went out on tour about 20 years ago. So again, everybody kind of agreed this is the thing. When someone says, yeah, you can carry on, take the name, go out and be Sweet forever. And people are deciding, yeah, we can make money, so let's go out and be Sweet forever. So I don't know. There you have it, folks. The Sweet and their new song, Little Miracle. You can go listen to it and tell me what you think if you're a patron. If you're not a patron, sign up. Tell me what you think for $1 a month. That's all it costs. And we can have a decent conversation back and forth rather than trolling and shouting matches and bleep posting and all that stuff, which happens on social media. I'm ready to kind of give up all of that social media. I spent some time on X, and it's been just as bad as it ever was. So in any event, thanks for watching. God bless everyone. Please pray for peace in the Middle East, here in the United States, all over the world, and pray for the speedy return of Jesus, because he's really the only one who can set everything straight.